This is the MacLehose Trail. Opened in 1979, it spans 100 km from east-west of Hong Kong. This is Alex, Cameron, Jack, and me, Daniel. We decided to hike the whole trail in one go. 100 km, 4 days, 3 nights. Here's how it went. So we started off with no idea what we were getting ourselves into. None of us had done anything similar in the past, and at the time it felt like we were just going on a normal hike. Day 1 was by far the easiest day of the trip. Section 1 was about 10 km, that was mostly flat, so we started off in high spirits.
It's 12:58. We're at Long Key Wan Beach, Section 2 of MacLehose Trail, and we're having our first lunch.
Day 1 was alright until the point we started going up the stairs, and I kind of thought I was screwed from that point on.
So that was the moment we realized how much harder it would be going upstairs with a 16 kilo bag, but we managed to make it to a stargazing spot.
It's day 1. We're 17 or like 18 kilometers in, and we're dead.
We were 20 km in, about 2 hours behind schedule, and it was getting dark quick. So hiking in the dark wasn't ideal. We could only see a couple steps in front of us, and after reaching our campsite 2 hours late, we set up our camp and went straight to sleep.
So it's currently 8 a.m. It's like 8 degrees right now and it's raining. We're gonna leave at 8:30, so we're gonna pack up the tents and then we're gonna leave.
Oh, section 3, I did not understand how you guys were not slipping, because I was like dying at the back and you were sprinting down like a maniac and not slipping, so I was quite surprised.
So 3 kilometers into day 2, we encountered another problem.
We just finished stage 3, but Jack's gonna drop out.
Yeah, I'm done. I decided to drop out because firstly on day 1 I was already getting a leg cramp, and then that night I looked at the altitude map and I realized that was like one of the smallest ascents in the whole trip, and I was like, it's not the right thing for me.
When Jack dropped out, it sort of kind of put things into perspective. It's like even super athletic guys like Jack might struggle a bit, and therefore I did to a certain extent get a little worried because it was like, what if the same happens to me?
Without Jack, we continued on to stage 4.
Going up there, it was a bit intense, to be honest, because first of all, we were going up this like really steep hill, lots of stairs, really tiring, and then we started to get really worried because it started to drizzle a bit, and so we took our bag covers out, we got our umbrellas out. Thankfully the rain stopped though, because if the rain continued, like things could have gotten really slippery and really dangerous. Then later we got to this section where we were just walking on top of this hill, and the path was really narrow and it was super windy. Like you can see clouds just flying over the hills. I was really scared, like I was really like fighting to keep my balance, and things could have gone wrong there, but thankfully we stayed put.
Yeah, so coming down, what was it? Must have been section 5. The downhill really does your knees in, so that quite hurt, but the views of Kowloon was really nice.
So we're at marker 100, which means that we're exactly 50 kilometers in. Our campsite's a kilometer that way, and we've got aching feet. So we'll see where this goes.
There were a group of people next to us doing some barbecue, so that really helped with the appetite, and also the sausages and char siu that Alex Arnold's dad gave us were, to be honest, they were excellent, even when they're cold.
So it's 11:15. We're at 50 cam right now. But today's been tough. 50.5.
So we thought things couldn't get any worse, but we woke up to something that was sniffing us from outside our tent.
So it's 4 a.m. right now, and there's like wild bulls outside. Well, I don't think we have any food, so I think we should be fine.
So everything was going great until section 7 when we had to summit Needle Hill.
We're about to start section 7 of the MacLehose Trail. We're currently 5 hours behind schedule, so we'll see how this goes. So we just summited Needle Hill, but the problem is we've only got 1 more hour till sunset, and we're about 12 kilometers away from our campsite.
Taimoshan was section 8 of the trail, and we did it at night. And before that, I was honestly like feeling pretty bad. 6:30 p.m. We got 10 kilometers to go, and I'm like, damn, this sucks. My feet were in a lot of pain. I was taking painkillers to be able to continue hiking. But then when we got up on Daimoshan and we looked at the view at night, on one side you have Yunlong and you can just see fireworks and firecrackers going off. On the other side you have the city itself, and you can see all of these places that you recognize, and it's like, damn, that's a nice view. Until, of course, we got out of that area and my feet started to hurt again. And it was like the last 2 kilometers to the campsite. And it was torture because my painkillers wore off. It's like we had this feeling, it's like so close to the campsite, yet we're just like still 2 kilometers away. Longest 500-meter intervals of my life, it felt like. And but we made it to the campsite eventually, and we had some good food. And yeah, we made it.
So it's 11 p.m. About 32 cam today. The wear and tear, all our feet hurt. No person in their right mind should do this. Yeah, don't do this.
Section 10 probably least favorite, even though it may have been the easiest section. I made the comment that any other day and I would have ate out that section easily, and yeah, it was just going through the pain, really. Like my main pains were left ankle and both knees.
Once we got to the last flat 6 kilometers, I was pretty burnt out by then, but I was just like, nah, we gotta keep going. Okay, we can take maybe a break every 2.5 kilometers. We just gotta keep going. And I was just like, I can go home, take a shower, eat a pizza, and then like sleep a lot. And that's how I felt. That's what kept me going on the last section, yeah.
So we're 1 km away from the end.
I'm blasted.
Crossing the finish line felt like a bittersweet ending. On one hand, it meant that we had finished the trail, but on the other hand, it meant that the trip had all come to an end.
You boys! You boys! You done it!
You know, now that you guys have done it, I always think, what if I continued? So I really don't know. Like, I'm trying to tell myself I shouldn't regret it, because I probably wouldn't have done it anyways, but it's something in the back of my head.
I don't want to be like that guy who's like super philosophical and is like, oh yeah, this taught me the meaning of life. But like, you see things that make you think differently about the world you live in, and you appreciate it a bit more.
The one thing I took away from this was that, like, our bodies are pretty amazing. It wasn't physically tiring. It just really hurt your legs. And so if you're willing to either go through that pain or you're just not going to feel that pain at all, then honestly anyone can do it, because it's not like a full cardio workout. You're not huffing and puffing all the time. It's just your legs really hurt.
You shouldn't start to think that, hey, this is going to be impossible, because it's not. It's very possible, and you can definitely do it. You just got to put your mind to it, and I think that lots of people who think they can't do it could probably do it.
Would I recommend this trip to other people? Without a doubt, for sure. It was cold, it was tiring, and it was scary at times, but would I do it again? In a heartbeat.